Good morning, everyone. All right, where are we? Well, right now we are in downtown Brooklyn. We are walking on Atlantic Avenue. If you read the title of the video, we are going to be on Court and Smith Street today. So we are walking to Court Street. I figured I'd just start recording now. Give you guys a look at Atlantic Avenue from here down to Court. Looks like got some construction work going on. These guys are working hard, man, in the sun. Alright, so it is Friday. I believe it's the 16th, May 16th. Friday, May 16th. It is a very humid 72 degrees. So temperature may be 72, but it feels more like 82. It is warm out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys down Court Street, and then we're going to walk all the way down to 9th Street, turn down there, and then go down to Smith Street. And then come back. So yeah, the first part of this walk is going to be a little noisy. It's Atlantic Avenue, after all. So now the thing is, when we get down to Court Street and we do our walk down there, we'll look at everything along Court Street, and we're going to get down to 9th Street, turn, go down to Smith. On the corner of Smith and 9th is, we'll stop there for a moment and we'll look at that spot, because that spot is a famous film scene in Goodfellas. So we'll, when we get there, I guess we'll talk about it and we'll look at it. We'll see how much it has changed over the years. It definitely looks very different down there than it did back in the 90s. I don't know if I would put a kid in a baby seat in the front of the bike. I just don't think about. I don't know. I don't know if you guys noticed that. He flew right by me. He was going down the street. He was riding with his kid, and the kid was a baby, and he was in a baby seat, but on the front of the bike. I put my kid behind me. I don't have a kid, so it really doesn't matter, right? So I guess I don't have a right to say anything, right? walking into a little bit of a breeze. Feels nice. You got some walk-ups over here. Actually, a couple, looks like. It's a nice looking block. Look at this block. Look at the architecture, like on the storefronts. I mean, this is what the storefronts will look like 100 years ago. They haven't changed. The only thing that's changed is the businesses that occupy it. Very nice. There's a gas lamp in the window. All right, we're on Bond Street. Some more storefronts. All right, so Atlantic Avenue. We're actually getting a good look at Atlantic Avenue before we even get to our spot. I mean, we got a little ways to go to walk. We're gonna be walking for a little while because then when we get onto Court Street, we gotta walk down to 9th Street. That'll be a while. Then we're gonna come back on Smith Street. So I made sure to bring the battery pack in case I need it. We'll see if we could do this. We should be able to do it all on this battery. So we got a nice little botanical garden going on over here on the corner of Hoyt and Atlantic. Yeah, look at this property right here. This red brick. It gets a little gritty over here, man, I'll tell you that. There is some construction going on. A lot of traffic coming in off of Smith. So this right here is Smith Street. This is where we're gonna end it. So give you guys a little bit of a preview, I guess, of where we're gonna end the walk. We're gonna come back down here. There you go. Got the delivery brigade. So we're gonna come back this way on Smith Street. So Court Street is quickly approaching us. Burgers, fries, and beers. The old bicycle shop on Atlantic, still going strong. Got a nice look. I got some MTA stuff in here if you guys like trains. It's actually not MTA, but they try to make it look like Coney Island. So you can see the Ferris wheel there. Got like a little city thing going on in there. You got another really big skyscraper that's going to be built here. A lot of stuff going on down here. This is Boren Place, Brooklyn Bridge Boulevard. If you keep going in that direction, you will eventually make it onto the Brooklyn Bridge. Brooklyn Bridge is not that far from here. You'll probably be there in like 10 minutes walk. All right, we finally made it. This is Court Street right here. We're gonna hang a left. Start out by saying that Trader Joe's is right here, so this is where a lot of people come. This is where I come to get my chocolate covered espresso beans. Maybe I'll go in there and grab some later on. I don't know, we'll see. I haven't had those in a while. Oh, the smell of pizza. Oof. Smell pizza in the air. So Court Street is home to a lot of great places to eat. Probably some of the best restaurants that you're gonna find here in the Cobble Hill neighborhood. Well, this whole area is Borum Hill, Cobble Hill. You got Carroll Gardens coming up. So those are the neighborhoods that we are in. Court Street Bagels. And then you got Blue Collar Burger here on the corner, which I'll be honest, I've never tried it, but I heard it's pretty good. So this is Bergen Street. You sit here and wait for this traffic. We also have a church over here. It has a beautiful steeple. That's really beautiful, isn't it? Court Street, you will find a lot of people out on Court Street all the time. Looks like someone's having a bad day.
It ain't about me trying to sneak around and do.
Only in New York, man. Yeah, this should be a nice little fun-packed walk. She got the baby and the dog. I had to just put on the afterburners and walk fast to get in front of these people that were in front of me for a couple of blocks. This is the Cobble Hill Movie House, Cobble Hill Cinemas. Another old-time movie theater still in operation in Brooklyn. It's the toy store over here, over on Douglas. They got, I just saw a light bright in the window over there. Do you remember that? Light brights? I don't know, they still made those. Now, I know I'm neglecting the other side of the street, but we could always come back. We could always come back. There's a lot to cover on Court Street, so. So we finally have made it onto Court. We've been on Court for a little while now. What we're doing right now is we're getting through the name streets before we hit the numbered streets. We got another nice church coming up in a little bit. This right here is Sackett Street. We'll be hitting Union Street in a moment. This is Caputo's Bake Shop. Very long time staple. If you're into board games and stuff like that, you got the Brooklyn Strategist right here. And then right here on the corner of Union Street and Court is probably one of the most popular Italian restaurants in this whole area. Give you guys a look. Marco Polo's. I've eaten here a good handful of times. Very good Italian food. I'll give you guys a look at the church in a minute. Get a better view on the corner of President. I've mentioned this in the past. This is where my father's family, after they came from Italy through Little Italy, they came and was living around here on President Street. My father, as a little kid, and his older brother Philip lived here on President Street. There is a park to my left, but this is the field, there's like a, I guess you could say like an asphalt field for softball and stuff, but the actual main park is down the block. So this is on Carroll Street between Court and I guess Smith. We're gonna be coming back down on Smith, so. This right here is Carroll Street. Some nice old style Brooklyn homes on Carroll Street. Look at that. Look at that doorway. All right, so we're gonna, should I switch over to the other side? Yeah, we'll stay on this side. Maybe we'll stay on this side. We're about to go down the hill in Cobble Hill. Well, really, technically, I think now at this point, we've made it into Carroll Gardens. Because this right here is First Street, and a lot of people usually delineate Carroll Gardens and Cobble Hill at Union or First Street. Well, it's really not First Street, it's First Place. Look at that old architecture on the corner there. Second Place right here. We're gonna walk some of these place streets coming up, so I can show you something. Because some of the architecture on these blocks is ridiculous. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some famous people living over here. There's a lot of famous people that live in this area anyway, Brooklyn. Got an antique shop over here called Yesterday's News. I'll give you guys a look at this. Oh, look at that, you got an old Brooklyn Bridge sign. Look at this. I got a really old antique chair. I wonder how much I could get for it. They got an Ebbets Field sign. Look at that. That's cool. I wonder if they buy stuff. I've got a really nice old Italian antique chair that I know would probably run for a pretty penny. My sister's always telling me, don't ever sell that chair, give it to me. Which I don't think I'll ever give it to anybody. Abilene. That's the name of this place. You can actually see the F train or the G train coming out over there. So down on the next block is where the F and the G come out of the ground for a little while, and they go up on what is considered the tallest train trestle in all of the 5 boroughs. And we're going to see that when we go down to 9th Street. We have no choice. We're going to be right over at the 9th Street train station, right on the corner of 9th and Smith. So you guys will get a good look at the train trestle. But on the next block down, on my left, is pretty much where those trains are coming out of the ground.
You want me to take that bag that's there? You want me to take that one?
As a matter of fact, we'll cross back over. Look at that, it's Nate's. I have a long-time subscriber to the channel, Nate from Brooklyn. I wonder, hey Nate, if you're watching, if that is your pizza place. I doubt it. He's all the way on the left coast. I believe he's out in California. This is Lucre Street, I believe. That's how you say it. I think the guy was drunk when he was trying to name it Liquor Street. Lucre Street. Got some lucre? Probably not even pronounced that way anyway, so. We are walking by a very old church to my left, but it's covered in scaffolding, so I'm not even going to turn the camera in that direction. Nelson Street. All right, we're getting close to making our turn. Now the area down where we're making the turn is a very big, busy traffic hub. You'll see when we get down there, there's a lot of overpasses and train trestles. It's just a really old industrial looking type of area of Brooklyn. Looks like we're doing pretty good with the time on the walk. We are 35 minutes into this walk. here we go, guys. We have made the turn onto 9th Street. And we're going to be coming back on Smith Street. Now, I will tell you this. I've walked down here before. If you go back in my channel way back, I did a 9th Street walk. So we did 9th Street. And this area right here, especially when you walk through this area, this is a really, there's no other way to put it. It's definitely very gritty is the word you want to use. But more specifically, it could be the dumps, man. It is not a great area. You want to watch yourself over here. As a matter of fact, when I'm showing you this spot over here, I gotta, keep an eye on my back. So, a lot of drug activity down here, drug dealing and all that other stuff. So, but this right here is the corner of Smith and 9th, and this is where that famous scene in Goodfellas takes place, where, hope I'm getting the names right, Jimmy tries to get Karen whacked right here in this bagel place. Well, it wasn't a bagel place back then. I'll give you guys a full look here of everything. Like I said, there's the train trestle that goes into the Smith and 9th Street train station, which is right here. And this is the spot right here. If you ever watch that scene where she's walking down, and it looks very different. There is a couple of things that definitely stand out. And that's this door right here with the diamond is still here. So if you ever watch that scene, you'll see, if you pay attention, you'll see as she's walking and turning around, looking back at Jimmy, you'll see this doorway over her head. And then this is this is where they are. They're in this building here, which looks like, I don't know, when you look at the movie, it looks like there's like arcade machines in there and everything. And this is where he gets arrested. That's the doorway. And there's the fire call box. It's a newer call box, but if you watch the scene and you see behind him, there is a fire call box. So this is it. This is Smith and 9th. You hear the trains rumbling above us. It's either the G or the F. Now, I was saying these train trestles are the tallest train trestles in all of the 5 boroughs. The tallest point is pretty much where we just were when we were on the corner of Smith and 9th. That's pretty much the tallest points of the train trestles. If you've ever rode the trains in the city, you know what I'm talking about. When you come out, when the F and the G come out and they're making that turn on this trestle, it's an amazing view of the city and everything. It's a really great view if you take a train ride. They got a little skate park in here. Things that I didn't have when I was a skateboarder and I was young. They got like a little mini half pipe right there with the rails on the platforms. My friend told me the other day, he goes, yo, you should try skateboarding on camera. I can still skateboard. Because one of the kids on the block has a skateboard. And I was showing him, I was doing some tricks. I was still able to do tricks, although I was a little stiff. Guess we'll walk on this gritty side with all this, looks like just a construction site with a whole bunch of posters, and it's just definitely a really gritty area. Alright, so let's see what Smith Street has to offer. It's gonna be a little bit before we, I guess, get into a little bit more populated spot, so. You notice how the energy has changed, shifted? We were in a very lively hustle and bustle, high-end community, like, area where there was a whole bunch of restaurants and stores, and then we hit Smith Street, and it's like a ghost town. A little bit more gritty. But this is a perfect example for those of you that don't live in New York. Oh man, hold on a second. See the train going back down into the tunnels as a F train. All right, so let's recap. So it looked like that truck could make the turn because the sanitation guy, oh, they're still fighting. I don't know if I should go over there and keep recording this, but they're definitely arguing over the fact that he's stuck there because there is a scooter in front of him. All right, we're gonna go back. We gotta see this. It's live television. Oh, he hit. I think he hit him. I think the truck hit. So let's see. Did the truck hit him? I'm gonna go check this out. I want to see. Yeah, he did hit him a little bit. He scratched up there. You can see where the scratch marks are. Right above the wheel. So he did hit him on the turn. And now he's backing up. He's trying to back up. Let's see if he, I think he's gonna try it again. I think he's gonna hit him again. I think he's gonna hit him again. The back of the truck. Look at the back. Is he gonna make it? Oh, he just made it. All right. So you can see where he hit the back, the corner there. All right. Let's get back to our previously scheduled program. That's some good stuff right there. I'll say this, we are behind schedule. We should have been a few blocks down by now. Now, before we saw all that, I was starting to say that for those of you who don't live in New York, that's what car accidents look like. No, that's not what I was gonna say. For those that don't live in New York, you kind of get a sense. You can get a sense on how quick a neighborhood changes just one block to the next. You know, I was saying we were on a block where there was all these high-end restaurants and cafes and people walking around, and then as soon as we got down to 9th Street and came down here to Smith, it changed in just one block. And that's pretty much New York, man. I mean, you could be in one good area and in a bad area in the next. But it looks like we're getting back into civilization now. We're starting to see more people on the street. And yeah, starting to look more populated. Gerard, how do I even say that? I should be ashamed not to be able to say the name of this pizza place because I'm Italian. Giardini Pizza? Or Giardini? So you guys got to see a lot of stuff today. Listen, look at this. On this walk already, I've taken you through a very nice high-end part of Court Street. I've shown you a famous movie scene in the Goodfellas movie. We saw a bit of a scrape between a truck and a street cleaner and some yelling. And now we are walking by a bunch of screaming kids in a schoolyard. Now here's the other side of the park that we were walking by earlier. This is Carroll Park. In case I didn't mention the name earlier, that's the name of the park, Carroll Park. Looks like they're changing the advertisement for the train station. This is the Carroll Street station. This is the stop, the first stop that, you know, we saw the trains going down. This is where they ended up. This is the first stop, or the last stop before they come out of the ground, going the other direction. Now, from this point on, it'll, you know, we'll see some front end stores again. Here we are back at Union Street. The old Smith Union Market, which I don't think is open anymore. And we are back in Cobble Hill. Now, I said Cobble Hill, but if you look at a map, you'll find that the Borum Hill and the Cobble Hill neighborhoods overlap along this street from this point down to Atlantic. Oh, we did this bird. Look at these birds trying to fly on my head. Look at them. I don't know. Pigeons are strange birds, you know. I don't know. They see me walking and they still fly in my way. I was saying last year we did that walk in Borum Hill, like down a couple of blocks, Bond Street, and we were looking at all the construction that was going on. So we got to go back and see the progress. Let's see how much they completed in the last year. Remember, I wanted to do the Union Street drawbridge, but it was closed. It seems like everything has calmed down. We're all relaxed now. No one's yelling at each other. I got a car bearing down on my ass right now on my left side. So this turned out to be a really good walk. We saw a lot of stuff. I thought that those guys were gonna go fist to fist. I mean, because they were both pretty heated, but cooler heads prevailed and the truck driver moved on. And then again, a recap was, I guess he couldn't make the turn and the truck driver expected the street cleaner to move forward, but the street cleaner had a scooter in front of him, like parked in front of him. He couldn't move forward. So the truck driver decided to make the move and hit the street cleaner. Alright, we are getting close to the ends of the walk. I could see Atlantic Avenue in front of us. Still got a few more blocks.
Always talking us down.
Foot traffic should get busier from this point on. Guy almost walked right into me. the Bergen Street train station on the Warren Street side. Somebody is grilling meat in front of me somewhere, because I could smell the smell of charcoal meat. Take you guys across the street. We'll walk by the butcher shop. It's the actual name of the place. It's called the Butcher Shop. Paisano's Butcher Shop. You can hear the train pulled into the station below us. You can kind of hear the automatic conductor voice going. There's the other ends of the train station. So what do you guys think? You think this was a good walk? I think this was a great walk. We are just about to hit the 1 hour mark.
You're good. I don't mind.
All right, guys, we're at Pacific Street, so we got about a block left. What we'll do is we will end it across the street on the next block. I want to thank everybody who tagged along. We got to see a lot of stuff. This was definitely one of the more action-packed walks we've had in a while. That is a really big mural of somebody putting a bicycle tire around the Smith Street road sign. Right, here we go, guys. This is it. I want to thank everybody for taking along, and I will catch you all on the next walk, wherever that's going to be. So I hope everyone has a great day, and see you all in the next one. So take care and bye-bye.